like the lady has a move out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome to a lovely, balmy evening in California. My name is Scotty Ratlegun Rankin, alongside the most important host, the host with the most, on tonight's NASCAR Truck Podcast. Jimmy?
That's me, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, that's
what I thought.
Mates, yet again, the whole crew here continues to leave me in charge of server setup, and yet again I have absolutely bungled it. Instead of 2 flying laps in terms of qualifying pace, everyone only gets 1. It's even though everyone gets the same amount of laps. And Tyson's made us all aware before we go on to the qualifying session, so everyone should be aware that it is only 1 lap of qualifying. But I have, I've bungled it, so...
But, you know, it wouldn't be a first. And it's probably not going to be a last.
Speaking of bungling it, I'm trying my hardest to bungle it out of 3 and 4 at the moment. Just trying to get a warm up. First time we're actually going to be commentating, ShiBBy, for this season, for myself, from the driver's seat. New format. I was watching the guys go round and round in circles, and it turns out I really got the itch to drive some more league racing in the NASCAR truck. And, yeah, there you go. That's all it is.
You just needed to drive more. You can't get enough of it.
Are you on board with me at the moment? I can't see what you're watching.
Yeah, I am.
Oh.
Except, I don't know what's going on, but,
I think Skullsy's got pole. By a country mile here.
Ugh.
What a ride of a lap.
He has.
For Skullsy.
With a 40.58, and you got a 40.68.
Yeah, I bungled it. I got down into turn number 1 and was like, oh yeah, this is still my warm-up. Oh no, it's my qualifying lap. By that stage, I'd missed the turn-in point, which cost me a 10th.
And a 10th is all it takes.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. So fill us in what happened last week, mate. Seems some producer / commentator was dying and rushed to hospital.
Yes, I believe that was you, so you'll have all the dirty details on that hospital trip. But last week was the season opener from Chicagoland, followed by the US Open Wheel Series from Interlagos, or In Between Lakes, Brazilian GP circuit. It was a hot day out at Chicagoland, reasonably medium grip track, wasn't a high grip track. Marbles weren't really in effect up in the high grooves. That meant that just about all lanes of the track were open, and it was a game of strategies. There was one truck that attempted to do the one-stop strategy, which was Matt Keane, who managed to bring the car home in third. But other than that, it was a tyre management race. Aiden Schultz and I sort of went back and forth. Schultz, he went for the undercut on both pit stops and just barely didn't make it. I believe he also took tyres at both pit stops, whereas the second stop was a splash and dash, with that splash being worth about in the realm of 8 seconds, I think it is, for the differential between the fuel and the tyres that I had to take on, and that ended up being the deciding factor. Other than that, we had about 15 trucks in attendance. There's a few more should be hopefully turning up here this evening. We're going to be on for it.
Well, sounds like a good start. I am still feeling it. I am still under the weather, and my concentration levels are just non-existent.
Oh.
Trying to find something to click on, and I can't even... I don't know what's going on.
You're having a great night, aren't you? I can tell you as well, the US Open Wheel Series, ladies and gents, will be coming to you from the same track later on this evening in the Dallara IR18 is the name of the car. That's all we can call it.
Well, that's what the car is.
And I can tell you that it is a late afternoon session. So tonight for the trucks, obviously, is a nighttime session, but the Dallara IR18s, they are going to be a late afternoon session, not a nighttime session.
Is that because they don't have lights? No, the track has lights.
Yes, trucks don't have lights. Indy cars don't have
No,
lights.
but the track has lights.
That's correct.
And it's the US Open Wheel, mate. US Open Wheel.
The thing is, we can refer to the cars, and when we're referring to the cars, it's a tricky one. Like, it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination, because referring to the cars, they are still an Indy car. However, when we're talking about them colloquially and we're not actually directly looking at the car, we can refer to them as an Indy car. We can't actually show you pictures of an air quotes Indy car without showing you Google images is basically the only thing that's going on. From the cockpit, in terms of things, we can still stream from the cockpit of the cars. I'm humming and hawing about what the best way to bring you some live action is. From the cockpit here tonight, I might throw up my own personal stream, so we still have some coverage. I haven't decided on that one yet. But, yeah, there it is, up on screen. ShiBBy, do you want to read those out? Because I'm getting set.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, don't expect too much excitement tonight out there, chat.
Chilled. Very
chill.
chilled.
It's going to be very chilled. I was essentially dying of influenza A last Monday. I was rushed to hospital in an ambulance due to unresponsive, so I am still feeling the effects, and my body is still healing, so bear with us. And Scotty's racing, so it's not going to be the usual Monday night podcast that you've all come to love, and you can blame Scotty for that, because he's just wants to race. He doesn't want to podcast with me anymore.
No, I still want a podcast here. I do want a podcast. Unfortunately for you, I have a strong love of these cars.
A strong love. Oh, man, I don't even know what I'm pushing. Right, here we go. Okay, off pole position, you've got Matty Scholes from Riot Sim Racing, followed up with Scotty Rankin from Team SRW Motorsports. Aiden Schulz in third place for Southern Stars Esports. Matty Keane for SLM Motorsports in fourth. Glenn McLeod, Holdfast Motorsports. Is that new? I didn't think Glenn was Holdfast.
Be new? I don't think Glenn's Holdfast.
No, neither did I. Anyway, Hayden Norris, another Riot Sim Racing boy. We love the Riot boys on this channel. Actually, we love all our NASTRUCKS drivers. Mr. T. Riley, the T-Rain, is back in action for trucks for a second season. Great to see. Darren Palmer in 10th. Andrew Proctor in 9th. Jamie Dyke is your race control tonight, or is he racing tonight?
Yes, he's race control. He is race control.
He is race control. And Michael Locke for SLM Motorsport as well. So great little little pack here tonight.
Yeah, Jamie Dyke didn't grid up, so he's definitely on the race control side of things. So.
Oh.
Safety cars off.
Safety cars off, and we will be going green any moment now, guys and girls. Hold on to your hats as we get oval racing.
I'll tell you what, look at the difference between the two lanes. Have a look how Matt Keane is hooked up to my bumper. That is going to make sure that we go faster. He got a very strong push on my rear bumper. I think that's going to mean that the high line is going to be where all the speed is, if I can keep the truck straight.
Nah,
that was not easy.
Put it in a wall. We want to see some accidents. No, don't put it in a wall. Don't do that. That's not what I come here to see at all.
No, you 100%. The only thing you're here for, ShiBBy, is accidents. I know that much.
Sometimes. Yellow flag already? Can we get a bit of a... what happened? Oh, no, Mr. T. Riley.
So cold tyres in the rear is what's causing that. So what's going to happen in terms of the tyre wear tonight is the first sort of 2 laps, there's a couple bumps down in 3 and 4, which just unsettle the rear of the truck.
Oh, gosh,
Yep,
you got really
exactly
unsettled.
Yeah, and the rear comes unstable. And then from there on, it does what we get called really, really tight. And what that is, heavy feeling in the wheel. Probably the best thing, it did actually blink there.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was expecting a huge pile-up. But, yeah, that blink, I think, just saved the whole grid. So... oh, what is going on, man? There's something broken with my overlay. I'm not happy. SDK is like, hey, would you like to... you need to do an update. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, no problems. Yet. Worst idea ever.
Good old classic fake out from Aiden Schultz. You'll think he's caught a fish there, but indeed he hasn't. Plan was always to come to pit lane. Plan was always coming to pit lane here. And grab some extra fuel. No tyres. No tyres. Way too early for tyres. 2 spare sets of tyres tonight. 2 tyre changes maximum with 2 pit stops. That's what we're looking for. Benefit here is if I grab an extra splash of fuel, I can go a couple of extra laps. And if there is a late caution, I can come to the pit lane later, which means I'm very likely to have fresher tyres at the tail end of the race. Unfortunately, I'm sacrificing some track position right now to do so, though. So.
Oh, I thought you went in the pits, or is that what you said?
I did.
Oh, you did go in the pits, right?
Yeah, I did go in the pits. Yep.
Very
got
good.
it.
I was listening. I'm telling you, my yeah. So, I don't think I was ready for this.
I love this livery. How good are the liveries up and down the field? Can you go and have a look at the rear bumper of Matty Scholes' P2 truck? Yeah, that one. Right there. You see that one? Any chance you can get a zoom in right on that rear bumper?
Oh, nope.
The
Maybe.
power of technology compels you.
The only ramps, the only boat ramps. It's so good. You love that. And here we are broadcasting from the boat ramp again for our 4th season.
Well, no, it's only the 2nd season that we've actually been broadcasting from the channel known as the boat ramp.
Yes, yeah.
But
It's been the boat ramp from the beginning. Thanks for joining us, Maddie. I think you should be driving and you're enjoying a bout of long COVID. Well, mate, I feel like we're probably in the same boat of how we both feel. Mine is not long COVID. All my COVID tests came back negative, but it did come back positive for influenza A, so it's been awesome. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
You know what it did come back positive for? It came back positive for a bad time.
Being absolutely awesome is what I feel like it came back positive for.
Yeah. It came back positive for being absolutely awesome, but also came back positive for your next couple of weeks are going to be hell.
Yeah, it's not great. Wish my body would just feel like it's better.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, I'm struggling today. My wrists are still sore as anything after 36 hours of broadcasting. So I calculated it was 37 hours when I finished commentating, 37 and a half hours since I started streaming Saturday morning. I was right the way through.
Oh, because of all the 24-hour Daytona goodness.
Yep. So a new rule that's gone into place this season is if you actually have a look halfway along the straight here, there's a Geico restart zone. You're going to be using that. There is a rule in iRacing that you can use it. However, it tends to really disadvantage the outside lane. But once the leader has 4 wheels in that box, you can go anytime. And that'll be done manually. We're not going to be we're not going to be mega strict on it, but it's going to be pretty clear if somebody jumps to restart.
We were talking about using the restart zone towards the end of last season.
Yeah, we were considering it. I did some research and talked to a few buddies in the States that have been running with the restart zone rulings. And the conclusion that they came to was basically, if you use the specific rulings as laid out in iRacing, there is no way for the restart zone to work for the outside lane. Basically, what ends up happening is the outside lane will restart alongside the second or third row, depending upon the track, because both lanes are mandated that they must move at the same speed. Of course, the outside lane has further to go. Whereas under normal iRacing conditions, all they have to do is not overtake the leader. They can do whatever the speed they want. The leader will be told what the speeds are, pacing speeds, and they're in charge of the field. We are. See that little bit of a bum wiggle?
A little bit of a bum wiggle. Feel like that's something that we need to look at later on. Oh, I think I'm already getting dizzy.
Gonna be a long night for you then.
I was really hoping to race.
I know you were. But apparently, what was it, 2 years ago? You guys picked a terrible time to get married?
Actually picked a really good time. Midst friggin' COVID, where half our family couldn't even attend.
Oh, that would have been hard. How was that? How was that for getting married?
Tough, because majority of my family from New South Wales couldn't make it. Right now we have Aiden Schultz leading the pack with Matthew Scholes, Glenn McLeod, Hayden Norris all extremely close together right now. Aiden is going to take the lower line. As you can see, he has now jumped 2 positions with that quick little manoeuvre. But will his tyres hold out?
One of the things about Aiden Norris is his raw pace is definitely there and thereabouts. He's right up there in terms of raw pace, but his tyre wear has definitely been the aspect that I think he's needed to work on the most. Be interested to see if he's learned something over the last couple of seasons. Definitely, I've seen it improve. He's definitely gotten a little bit better, but yeah, it's still got another level to go to just quite yet.
Wonder where the T Rain, the T Riley train support group are tonight.
Here, the Alpha Venturi Racing mob, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe.
Wonder if they were 24-hour racing over the weekend.
They
'cause
were.
They seem like they were.
Yes.
Oh, it's you that's been managing the social, ShiBBy. Why don't you give us the run around the traps from all of the racing results across the weekend? 'Cause there was a few teams I know you were keeping up to date with.
Yeah, it was actually really good to see so many teams that are also heavily involved with sim racing getting into the Daytona 24. So of course I wanted to keep the support behind all our teams, and I was trying to keep an eye on everybody, but due to all the different time splits, I couldn't always be everywhere. But Frog Leap, Juice Racing ended up, so they were in split 3 with a strength of field of 2,464, and they ended up finishing P5, which is pretty awesome. We're ecstatic for the Frog Leap team.
Aiden Schultz and his team actually managed to come away with a win.
They came away with a win in the top split. Yeah, that was fantastic.
What?
Well, it says...
No.
Wait, hang on. No. Fishy were in the top split.
Fishy were in the top split, that's the one.
Third. Yeah. And then the LCR Esports team, what split were they in? I can't actually remember.
Like 3 or 4 from memory?
Yeah. Either way, they took out their split. They were the champions, which is absolutely fantastic driving as well. I think majority of the teams, Riot Sim Boys finished P4 in split 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually competing against them, so.
And then
it's actually good. There was some banter going on back and forth.
So 1-9.
How good's this run from Darren Palmer? Actually. Oh, that come a little bit unstuck at a mega lift there. Darren Palmer has just slotted in front of Matty Keane. He's on a great shot.
Yeah, I see that now. Oh, bit of a blink. Come back, Darren. Earth to Darren. There he is.
He's there. Yeah.
We don't need any Telstra service problems tonight. Oh, Bryce. You guys missed that. The GT3s. It was the GT3s, yeah. Bryce was having a run, and then his Telstra decided to go, no, you're not racing anymore.
We heard you've been doing that thing called sim racing. We do not approve. You can cut that right out. Where are we at in terms of fuel at the moment? About halfway through the tank. Just shy halfway
through the tank and 14.
Yeah, so the other guys will be about halfway through the tank. So Matt Keane and I won't be.
Did you and Matt take that?
Yeah, we did. There's a few
splash?
guys. So Matt Keane, Bryce Meddings, Bradley Mays, and Michael Lockett will be through the pit lane. Michael Lockett looks like he's after the restart. Actually came down a pit lane.
Why do I feel so many people have missed the first and second round? Where's Dano tonight?
Dano's got karting on. He's doing endurance karting. He did race last week, though.
Okay, so out of 20 registrations, we've got 13 here tonight.
Yeah, there's a few guys that can't be here tonight, so... And it's... At the end of a 24-hour race, it's pretty typical as well.
Yeah, I'd probably want a whole week of, like, just doing no sort of racing at all after a 24-hour race.
There's a few guys that are like that.
Except the Fishy boys. Jamie Dyke sounded like he was half asleep last night and then just appears just come and take out the V8 Pro League. First round, like.
Oh man, he sounded like death, didn't he?
He did. He was definitely tired and worn out from that huge amount of racing in the 24-hour Daytona, because they actually had to start a second split as well because they were crashed out of their first one.
Well,
is
have a look at
nuts.
the battle up at front at the moment, because Skulls is really taking this one to Schultzy. They've actually swapped, so they're looking for over-unders just about every lap. So if you have a look, Schultz has dropped out a little bit in behind his splitter, rotates the car down underneath him. He was looking to get back to the throttle nice and early. A couple guys up close to the wall behind him, so now he'll side draft a little bit, which will stall out that splitter, suck him back.
Also got Mr. Norris doing. He was getting real close to Matty Skulls then, but I'm wondering if he didn't want to run his teammate off the road. Aiden's moved to the top line. Matty Skulls still out in front. Whoa. Aiden Norris getting close to the back of Aiden then. Get in there, boys. Get right up there. Give it a sniff. Push each other along. Aiden again, dropping back down to the inside lane.
This is good, though, for the rest of the field, because these guys are throwing their tyres right at it, doing crisscross maneuvers like this. But they're trying to keep their momentum up, trying to control the pack, you know. I think Darren Parmeter's starting to push on a little bit on his tyres. He looks like he might be starting to struggle. McLeod's come back just a little bit. Aiden Norris is hanging on to things really, really nicely. So there's tyres that we talked about.
He's just got to hold it there, though. See how many more laps he gets out of this. See if we can spot who's going to start falling back as Glenn starts making some wiggles. The boys are getting close now. We got a train of 7 cars here. Just got to give a huge shout out to Hayden as always in the right sim, boys. With my Twitch handle splattered all over the windscreen. No, I am not a sponsor. They just think I am a sexy, sexy man. And they want to tell the world all about me. And now I just got to get back to streaming on Twitch.
You got to get better first.
Yeah. That's probably not a bad idea. I feel like that could be a good one.
So the guy who is struggling in terms of tyres is Matt Keane at the moment. He's just trying something a little bit different, I think, now in terms of where he's setting things up. So he's just gone a little bit backwards. That's me.
That is
Down out Glenn McLeod's window. I actually nearly got 2 cars in one there, so.
The trucks are such a great series. I'm so glad we just kept the trucks around and didn't decide to change it to anything.
Oh, Glenn.
Oh, Scotty Rankin on the inside lane. Can he round up 2 right now? I think he's...
Can if I keep getting some draft support, but being that these 2 are teammates, that's not going to happen.
Nah, they're gonna steal all the draft.
Oh, we might just clear both of them, actually. I need somebody else up here in that inside lane. I keep stalling out because I got no toe.
They don't want to help you, mate. They know you're too good. You're going to do everything they can to stop you from getting to the lead.
We're clearing this time. We got him. Yeah, Skullsy doesn't know who to support at the moment. I think he's a little bit lost.
I think he's just trying to stay where he can. Definitely.
Got it.
Drifted down. Oh.
That's what you call a slide job. You got to get that move done, and you got to slide up in front of people and take the air off their nose. And I'll either respect it or they won't. That's the first time I've tested Aiden Norris. I didn't test him last week in terms of things, so I need to test him this week and just sort of see what he will and won't take. There's a lot of guys I've raced around that have just turned me in that instance. You know, they just wouldn't let me do that sort of thing. But I've got pace. And the problem is I can't show it because I'm going side by side with these guys. It's eating away at my tyres. It's eating away at my fuel. It's eating away. That's my ability to race. Skulls, he wanted the bottom there.
Yeah.
We'll get momentum on him down the straight, though. We'll get a
Hayden
run on.
also had to roll off the accelerator then as you came back up the track. That's
well, I was
going
to turn Skullsy if I didn't lift, so that's good. That's a better. He's called he wanted the bottom a lot earlier just there.
Classic Rankin trying to get close to the boat ramp car, mate. Wouldn't we all want boat ramp car? Whoa, 3 file down into the pits, 4 file down into the pits. Hayden Norris, Aiden Schultz, Matthew Scholes, Darren Parmenter, oh, and Tom Riley as well, actually.
I think Riley was in last lap, actually.
Yeah, he's actually on his way out. All right, first pit stops are done. 25 laps in. That means...
This is going to create a ton of holes in the pack, and this next couple laps is really crucial because it gets really light and dancing in that rear end, remember? So
it does, yes. Talking about this prior to the stream going.
So it's critical for a lot of these guys.
You did see the brakes lock up and the rear of the truck get a little squirrely on the way into the pits there. Track lap settings.
This is one of my best track picks, man. I love this place because it's so much of a tire burner. It's difficult. It's tricky. It's about rotating the car nicely on the mid-corner, not picking up the throttle too aggressively. Big thing I noticed from Matt Keane earlier on is that I know that he loves to save his tyres, but he was trying to get back to the gas. It's suck it in terms of your pace. Suck it into getting onto that gas pedal.
Put your foot down and go.
Aiden Schultz is around. Aiden Schultz is... Something's happened to Schultz.
Sure, he's in the pits.
Oh, is he sped on pit lane entry?
I don't know. I have nothing that has appeared. Let's get a rewind and see. Yeah, he definitely hasn't spun, but let's... Maybe he did speed into the pit lane. Go on board and have a look.
Now, I think he's just rolled out of the lane. I thought he did come out of the pit lane. Unless he didn't take tyres?
Yeah, it just looks like...
It's my highest tyre wear right front, 80%. The rest of them are all above 90.
Yeah, he didn't take tyres. Just a refill and off he goes again.
Critical here that I get in, I stick with Riley, or at least have somebody to draft with. A pit lane re-entry. Glenn McLeod's dropped a few spots as well.
Yeah, he has. Back down into 6th at the moment. The field is separating a bit right now, though.
That's pretty typical.
Matty Keane is into the pits again.
He was the last one to pit.
Yep. That means Hayden Norris at the moment is your race leader for the time being. Matty Scholes about 2 seconds behind him, or a little bit under 2 seconds behind him, with Tom Riley 2.7 seconds behind Hayden. So they are just out of draft reach. Closest at the moment, we've got Darren Parmenter and Matty King and Tyrone Walsh all sorted together here.
But if they're in a pack and they can use the draft effectively and bump draft and push each other down the straight, they will be faster than everyone else.
100%. Always slower when you're by yourself. in this game.
Oh, Riley's just caught the barrier. I think he may have burned his fast repair.
He's still going. He's still moving. Doesn't look like the clip was all that bad. Oh, yep. He has definitely clipped the back of his car there.
Might have got away with it then. Might be okay.
Yeah, he's definitely got away with it. Just a little bit of dust kicked up. Doesn't look like to be much damage on his car. And he still seems to be travelling around the track without too much of an issue.
Tell you what, how good are these right sim racing boys? They've got control at the moment. Their pit lane entries must have been superb.
One of them was superb. The other one,
One of them was on the limit, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so coming off last week, it was yourself, Mr. Scotty Rankin, taking out P1, Aiden Schultz in second, and Matty Keane for P3.
I did come out, I did say to the boys, I'm a little bit disappointed. I got out there and I flogged you all. Come out and, you know, put some fight up next week. And, well, looks like they've done exactly that.
So we got Bryce and who is that?
What's happened to Norris? What's he doing?
He's in the pits
Aiden Norris is in the
again.
pit lane.
We're going to need some of the riot boys to let us know what's going on there.
So that's the halfway mark. Ticked off.
Yep, 33 of 65 laps. Closest we're going to get to halfway. Let's have a look. Okay, he's not... Yep, so he's taken tyres. You can see the car was just... Yep, there it goes again up on the other side. He is taking tyres.
So whether or not he didn't take tyres the first time around, he only took the fuel. Now, it is a quicker pit stop to do that, but it's going to cost you at some point. And I think if he wanted to do that sort of a strategy, he should have gone until he was guaranteed to make it. So you're looking about 23 laps to go. And that's where he should have come back in. But anyway, Michael Lock's going to resurface right in front of the leaders. I think Norris has resurfaced in behind me, just in front of Gren McLeod.
So it looks like Mr. Michael Lock and Brad Mays are both a lap down at this point.
So does that mean Schultz is 2?
No.
No, he's ahead of them, so...
Yeah, he's ahead of them. Oh, so maybe Mays and Michael are 2 laps down at this present. Yeah, okay, here we go. So Michael Lock is 3 laps down, Brad Mays 2 laps down, Andrew Proctor and Hayden Norris are both a lap down, and Schultz is right on the verge right now.
Yeah, so that's why he's racing really, really hard with Matty Skulls, is because he wants to stay on the lead lap so he gets the opportunity to pit and open up his strategy. So that's what his attempt is doing at the moment.
Yeah, he needs to stay there and not fall behind.
And that works perfectly for me. These two guys are going to squabble. I'm going to range right back on up to them.
Warm up that track, lads, and give us plenty of rubber for the US Open wheelers. Mr. Pink Jackson chimes in.
Tell you what, that'd be an interesting weekend if both of the series is run at the same weekend at the same time. Not obviously the Premier Series, not the NASCAR Next Gens and that series that Scott McLaughlin competes in, but maybe the Trucks or Xfinity Series and US Open wheelers.
Bit of a multi-class, you reckon, on an oval?
No, not on the track at the same time.
No, that would be cool. I enjoyed watching the Daytona 24 and seeing the different classes of cars and especially the speed difference between the GT3s and the LMDHs. I cannot believe how quick they were getting around that track and back into the GT3s.
What was really interesting as well was to actually see where the cars were faster, what was going on. I actually thought the LMDHs and the LMP2s had a very, very similar level of downforce. I'm wrong. They must have bigger and better brakes on the LMDH. And a little bit more downforce because they go a lot deeper into a lot of the corners and carry more speed.
Yeah, well, if you have a look at the size of the cars when they're near each other as well, that LMDH is
very similar.
No, it's way bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It is a much bigger vehicle. That was the other thing that I noticed in our prototype series as well. Just to see the difference between that BMW and the LMP2, there is a big size difference.
Oh, well, I've got an excuse to tune in now on a Thursday night, haven't I?
Yeah, it was
Can't
actually...
race, I'm not available.
Bloody good racing.
Actually, I could race the prototypes. I'm actually more disappointed I can't race the 286s. I've been gearing up for that.
Yeah, I was trying to enjoy some practice last night, even though I'm not racing in them. Until, for some reason, my daughter just likes waking up at 10 o'clock. Don't know why, but it's always around that time.
She's got you trained? You're in a routine now?
I think she's got herself trained if that's the routine. It's not the routine, lady.
Which reminds me, I've actually got a story from my wife from working at Altina Wildlife Park in Griffith today. She said, compared to Dubbo, they're actually not allowed into the giraffe enclosure at Dubbo, but they are at Altina. And the thing about Altina is that she grabbed the bucket of food and she was walking along with the giraffes, and then the giraffe just wanted to she had to sort of half jog, half run, so that the giraffe didn't chase her. Because he was just so keen, he wanted some more carrots. And
Pete says, why not a multi-class? Let's give it a run one week. I reckon so.
Oh my word.
Multi-class oval racing. That'd be great fun.
There are a ton of tricks about it. It is a thing that has been done before. Formula V's, some form of NASCAR stock car, and IndyCar, and something else as well. There was something else in the middle. It's very wide down the backstretch, I tell you though.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. We're watching it right now today. So at the moment, Aiden is trying, and he's going to want to stay with Scott. And
I've actually lifted because I don't want to fight him. I really want to utilise and get back in line to pull away from Matty Skulls behind. Because Skulls, he's burned off his tyres just a little bit. He was up here and he was with us, but he just burned a little bit of rubber this time.
Yeah, you can see him in just sitting behind. But Hayden Norris is definitely not going to want to be overtaken either. He's going to want to try and
he's got fresh rubber.
Position.
He should theoretically run away. But the thing is, they're draft pack cars, aren't they? They love to pack up together. So all of that extra pace that Aiden Norris has got right now, he's just pulling us along.
I think the only battle for position at the moment is actually with Tom Riley and Tyrone Walsh for 5th place.
That's crazy. They should be working together, those two. They do not want to be fighting. They're not going to be squabbling, because whilst ever they're squabbling, they're burning rubber. Whilst they're burning rubber, they're not packing up. They're not working together. So if I was in either one of their shoes, the next time that car swings by me, I just slot in, I put my bumper to his bumper, and I push him down the straights. We both go quicker.
Yeah, they're sort of crisscrossing across the track. Tyrone will drop to the lower half and Tom will go up. And yeah, they're definitely not working together as much as they should be. Now I've gone and said that. No, it still looks like they're trying to... Alright, my little one is off to bed. She says, good night, Sim Racing World. I will see you at 10 o'clock. Yes, as I was saying.
That's right.
I'm Riley in there. Tyrone, yeah. I think you're right, mate. They need to be working together more and drafting together to catch back up to Glenn and Matty Keane.
Because they will absolutely reel them in if that works. But the problem is, Keane's now shot out in front. He's actually gone and tracked down Skulls.
Yep, he's right at the back of Skulls now.
And with Skulls failing in terms of, or ailing, or failing's the wrong term, ailing's the correct term in terms of tyre wear. Changes. We are right on that pit window. We are 20 laps to home here. So
and that's Skullsy into the pits now, just as you said that.
I think he's got to. I don't think he has a choice.
No, he's in. I wonder if this is going to be tyres and fuel. I would probably say so, with 20 to go.
Oh, yeah, it will be.
Keep an eye on him and see if the truck pops up. Oh, a bit of a lock up there.
That's fine. That's how it works.
Nearly missed his pit window, I think. Not like me the other night. I just ploughed through my pit crew the other night. Didn't mean to.
I think Matt Keane's on the way in. So Keane's seen that he's gone, and Keane's going to come one lap later.
Glenn's through. Tom's through. Bryce is in. Andrew's in. Quite a lot there.
So they're all right on the limit of fuel. Matt Keane wasn't. Matt Keane could have gone a lot longer than that. But the thing for Matt Keane is he's got no draft support. So why he's come in is because if he doesn't, then he's going to lose track position to all the other guys that are pitting this time by. But if he comes in, he's going to stick with the pack. He's going to be with draft, and it's not really like there's going to be much speed that's going to change. So that's what he's doing pitting right there.
He might also get himself a draft partner with the amount of guys that have just pitted. So get himself close to someone. So that means Tyrone, what a drive, up 11 places, qualified in 12th. No, 13th, and here he is in second place at this moment. Rankin in the comms box while he's racing. That's some balls, Mr. Harry Dodd says.
Mate, I've got practice. It's basically just like streaming, except I'm trying to talk about everyone's race, not just mine. So Schultz is now pit in as well. He recognised that he's not going to get his lap back. Or he's got his lap back. He is back on the lead lap. But it's not really working out for him. I'm the only one that hasn't pit. No, there is one other. It's Hayden Norris. Hayden Norris pit on lap 33. Did he just come back out again? Yeah, he's pit again.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Someone in the fence. I think it's Michael Locke on the outside of 3 and 4. Somebody was diving to the apron. It was Andrew Proctor. It was all over the place on cold tyres.
Alright. Yeah, so Norris pit. That long ago. I can't even read my own pit strategy box. You can see it on screen, guys, when the last people pit, what lap it was and how long their pit stint was. Give you an idea. Pete Baxter said that's one way to describe him. There are many others, and those we will keep for off-stream, Pete.
What?
What? Pete's not taking shots at you at all.
Mate, Pete and I actually did some commentating together recently.
Ooh,
We needed to get Pete in here on a Monday night prior to the US Open Wheel Series.
Open Wheels, yeah. Yeah,
You can grab him, actually. He's sitting in there in his Discord chat at the moment. Go, just grab him. Just grab him. Just surprise him. Pull it on him.
Just grab him. Just come on in, Pete. He's in there with a Ryan Huckle. Don't want to steal him. We might be giving some tips and tricks.
Too late. I stole him.
Stolen?
Yeah, see? Multi-talented. Whilst I was having a pit stop, I also decided to go and grab... Oh, no!
Scotty,
There goes the raceman.
well done. We need a replay of that. You should have just left Pete alone, mate. Oh, you've spun it out of pits.
Yep.
Look, guys, this is exactly what not to do. This is how not to exit the pits.
Too much steering wheel?
I'll watch Scotty do a lot of Indigo racing. I'll tell you what, he's really good at doing that.
What is my weakest aspect, Pete?
Well practiced. Just clearing that out. Get back on the track and get back up.
Far out. That would have been 2 and 2. Thrown that one away. Scalzi's got it. There's nothing I can do about Scalzi.
Well, Norris is in front right now.
Yeah, but Hayden's on really old tyres.
Bloody lost it again. Oh, my brain. Where's my pit strategy? Oh my gosh. Oh, Lord.
Is he coming to pit lane again?
Yeah, he's
Norris is
going in
coming
again. Dodgy said. Sandeezy says, that's how it's done. And then Mr. Dodgy says, told you not to commentate while you drive, Scotty. He did, and he did tell you. Yeah.
Say that, yeah.
So at the
Dodgy, we
moment-
tell Scotty Rankin not to do a lot of things, but he still does them.
Don't spin the car. Don't put the car on the fence. Go out and get some talent.
Get fuel, get tyres, skip.
It's
No, I'm not
skill.
Hey, mate, look, the few times I've disagreed with you on pit strategy, who was correct? The very few times.
It's rare, but it happens.
It's happened like twice, I think, in all the time we've actually been racing together. And both times I was, unfortunately, for you, right.
Alright guys, it looks like we got about 10 of you guys out there enjoying this broadcast tonight. It is not the usual podcast it usually will be. Give us a week to feel a bit better and it might change up. I want to see everybody hit that like button for Scotty's spin out of pits.
Yeah.
Hit that like button and give us an F in chat.
Or just laugh. Just sit back and laugh,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Let us know how funny it was to watch Mr. Scotty Rankin spin out of the pits. Wasn't even doing anything all that serious, but still can spin the car.
Oh, it's very easy. Very, very easy. You're going from tyres with a ton of grip to stone cold tyres, you know?
Oh, that was a close one there.
Yeah, so I'm trying to push tyre as hard as I possibly can and make him move as fast as he possibly can, because again, faster together.
Yep, he came off the line a little bit, and if he wasn't careful then, you were going to hit him perfectly enough to spin him off the track.
But this, ladies and gentlemen, is perfect bump drafting. This is exactly what you're trying to do. See, I trust myself to do this quite... like, the other way, if the roles were reversed, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want Ty doing it to me, because I know he's just not experienced, he's not quite there yet. But I know that I know what to do and keep us up to speed. But now I think it's going to be about time to pull the good old crisscross on Ty. Get him with a side draft. We'll dump some bad air up on his spoiler and then get away from him so he can't do it back to us.
Also, I'm going to be interested in the US Open Wheel Series this evening to see how everybody goes with the dirty air that is thrown off by the IR18, because they are a handful.
Wild cars in the dirty air.
I think it is going to be the oncoming of a few drivers tonight.
Well, see, the best part about that series, you've got so many drivers that are exceptionally experienced there. An Auto Club is known for its great racing in the Dallara IR18. It is a phenomenal track to race around there. So, phenomenal car, phenomenal track combination, because it is so wide. It allows cars to go full 5 wide. Does happen in the Dallara IR18 and happens on the regular. So, Pete, I mean, you can attest to that.
Oh, I can. All we got to do is stop you from going off the track and getting around on the last lap again, right? So that's a warning to the race controllers there.
Look, it's actually a side of what I consider to be Pete Baxter's best driver, the best I've ever seen him drive. Some calamity happened early, as is the case normally in a Pete Baxter race, and put him on the back foot. And he put the blinkers on, and I tell you what, the aggression that man showed. I have never seen him try as hard as possible to get to the front of the pack. And then the teamwork that we put on, the display of correct swap drafting, because we broke the whole pack up. The whole pack wasn't ready for it. And we lifted the speed of the race by about 3-4 tenths a lap, just by displaying proper swap drafting technique. And it broke the pack up. They just couldn't. They weren't ready. They weren't ready to deal with it. They weren't ready to respond to it. I'll tell you what, though, I'm starting to pull these guys in at half a second a lap.
Let's get back on the truck. So you got a little bit to go. There's 6 laps to go, boys.
7 at the moment. Next time past the stripe, it'll be 6.
So not going off the overlay, it's not. Lap 59 of 65. Now we are lap 60 of 65. Matty Skulls is still leading this race with Matty Keane nearly a full 3 seconds behind. He actually is. He is now just stretched out to 3 seconds behind. So if Skullsy can hold this and just take it easy and not burn his tyres off too fast.
I think he's done it because Matty Keane's starting to drift off of him.
But we know how fast these trucks drop in speed when tyres get burnt out.
The last couple of laps is going to be an intense battle for P2, I think, between myself, Matt Keane, and Glenn McLeod. Because we're going to get to Glenn right at the time as he catches the draft to Matty. So,
yeah, 3.5 seconds off him, Scotty. Do you reckon you can get into the draft? Where's your draft start? About 1.5 seconds? 1 second?
I'm pulling him in by 0.6 of a second every lap. So, once we pick up the draft at 1 second, we're good. But he's nearly picked up the draft from Matty Keane, actually, so it is very, very tight between those two.
Yeah, 1.6 seconds at the moment, 1.64, so he is very, very close to that drafting distance.
Goals, he's holding his 3.1 seconds pretty well. Yep, right.
Actually, I owe you an apology, Pete. I really did not hold up my end of the bargain of the spotting duties over the weekend.
That's not the heavy.
So the problem they've got ahead of me is I'm catching Glenn McLeod faster than Glenn McLeod's catching Matt Keane. Now, if he can get into his draft, it'll start to recoup some of those losses. But this is going to throw a complete spanner in the works. I'll tell you that much. And then next week is the dirt track at Charlotte. So your favourite style of racing in these should be. And then don't forget, we've got a Pete Baxter special setup coming later in the season for Road Atlanta.
Oh yes, Road Atlanta. I forgot there was something I was really excited about this season.
Was the meme track, yeah.
Yeah, the meme track. A track that started off as a joke for the NASTRUCKS, but then became a real thing. What were you saying? My favourite type of driving?
Meme driving.
Meme driving.
Alright, we'll get the Toyota 86s on the ovals next.
Yeah. Let's do it. Dirt ovals.
Forget the dirt ovals. No, they won't work properly there, I can tell you that much.
No, they don't even have the guts to do burnouts on the tires, I found out. They just sort of
stall. They will light up the rears on the dirt. The problem is they just don't have enough to keep the momentum going. I can't really pick up momentum. Oh, I'm in Glenn's draft.
Skulls is still 2.8, 2.7 seconds from Matty Keane, so he has dropped a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. All he's got to do is hold this for 2 more laps and it's done. Looks like it's going to be Skullsy. Matty Keane, you can now see Glenn McLeod right on the back of him. 1.1 second off with
We're
Mr.
2 laps
Rankin.
short. 2 laps short.
So close there.
Just enough to get into the draft, not enough to make use of it.
We are on white lap, white flag.
Ah, poo! That's what I think of tonight.
Well, Scotty, spinners ain't grinners, mate, so. Well done to Shelby. That was a good race.
The unofficial results are coming through. Scholesy, Matty Keane, Glenn McLeod, Scott Rankin, Tyrone White, Darren Palmer, Tom Riley, Bryce Meddings, Aiden Schultz, Andrew Proctor, Brad Mays, Hayden Norris, and finally Michael Locke. That is your final standings for round 2.
Alrighty, we'll see you all in the US Open wheeler race, eh?
Get in there, boys. Go and have some fun.
Righto. Cheers, lads. See ya.
Dickory-doos is my results button. I can't find anything tonight. Oh dear. Alright, and as we always see, the trucks love to do burnouts. It is a whole server-wide bit of fun at the end of the race. You don't need to get back to the pits. If you got any fuel or tyres left, just get out there and do exactly this. And there is your final race results locked in. Well done tonight.
Oh no! Oh no! Somebody's just said. Somebody's just said. So I've been giving Tyson a whole bunch of stick for bidding a safety car.
Yeah, yes.
I think I'm the first ever SRW driver to bin it whilst commentating.
Possibly, because I don't think we've had any other SRW drivers ever commentate while driving.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah,
Tyson
well
will hold
done.
that one.
Well, there we go. It's a
I'm not going to get the end of that one.
It's an SRW record. I need to add that to the website, actually. SRW records. Why did it just get off Scholesy when I was trying to watch? I can hear burnouts happening. Ah, it's Mr. Hayden Norris. Well, that's what. Wow, I missed all the burnouts, man. Matthew driving mad after last night. Mr. David Nash.
I think Nashy's driving mad after last night.
Nashy,
He's not even in the server.
He's not.
Congratulations for last night too, Nashy, once again. Can't say big enough shout out. That man, amateur series leader in the V8 Supercars and the Super Sundays.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a little confused with how that worked, actually. Just because we have the amateur series on a Tuesday, as well as the Pro and Am series on a Sunday.
the super amateurs.
Yeah, the super amateurs. I'm still calling it the Pro series. And then we've just got some Am drivers in there that love to get out there and race.
Hey, I swear to God, somebody needs to introduce Aiden Norris to Bruce Tannock. Get that man in a real-life drift car.
Real life drift truck, lock diff.
Not a lock diff, but get him one of those ones that have got the super angular, the extra ability to open the wheels right the way up.
Yeah, they do. They have lock diffs, though, in most cases.
Do they?
Yeah.
No, there you go. I learned something about drift cars tonight then.
You could go, I'm sure, like, the real fancy ones might have LSDs or something like that, or adjustable, where they can sort of change them on the go. But in most cases, you just want both wheels spinning at the same time, like, just going. That's it.
So, update coming in from Andrew Proctor. Speeding a pit lane on both stops cost him minute and 20 seconds worth of penalties. At least he's consistent. At least he's consistent, yep.
2 penalties for speeding in the pits. Mate, there is a break for that. Aiden Norris didn't even win this. Look at him go. He's celebrating like he's just won the championships.
Hey, no, he's not celebrating. It's a little bit different. It's not actually celebrating. All he's doing is having a good time. Yeah, he's just having a good time. Who needs to celebrate when he's just having a good time, mate?
I gotta say, I thought the IR-18s do amazing burnouts, which honestly they do, but I tell you what, Aiden really knows how to get these trucks doing one. I need to get the replay up of me line locking the IR-18. It was a absolute phenomenal smoke show. All right. We are going to move on to our things. What do you call them? Interviews for the night. And we are going to start with a headache.
Matt Keane, I think, finished. No, it was Glenn McLeod.
Yeah, Mr. Glenn McLeod. That's the one. Not a headache. That's what I'm having right now. Because I can't find anything.
Go.
Good evening, Mr. Glenn McLeod.
Hello, Mr. ShiBBy.
How we doing, mate?
Yeah, after that little heart attack in the last 10 laps, I think I'm all right now.
You think you're all right? You have to pat your chest a few times, feel your pulse, everything's still there?
I think so. I'm no doctor, but I think it's all still there.
That's good to hear, mate. How are you enjoying the trucks this season?
Yeah, 2 races in. I'll be honest, I haven't raced since the end of last season, so a bit of a break for me. So last week was the first race back, and this week obviously the second race back. But yeah, it's shaping up to be a pretty good season again.
Yeah, it's been some nice, close, and clean driving from the get-go already this season, which is great to see. We always, even though I do like a bit of a pile-up once in a while, it is a much better and exciting way to watch a race, nice and clean. How are you feeling about the rest of the season? You going to try and get into plenty of practice, or are you just going to turn up on the night and go for it?
Well, I usually try and get a bit of practice on a Sunday afternoon. Try and run like an AI race or something, just to try and get a feel for the track and you know, just to kind of get an idea on like how much fuel and when to pit and whatnot. But yeah, I'll definitely be there for hopefully all season long. Yeah, I really enjoy coming back on the Monday nights and running the truck series with everybody.
Mate, we enjoy having you come back. And did I notice you got a new livery this season?
Yeah, so I'm just running for myself this season. So I haven't had a livery for myself made up yet, but just something temporary for now.
Well, it looks nice. I haven't seen many of that orange-coloured car. Yeah, a bit of a soccer fan, maybe a Brisbane Roar fan or something like that?
No, it's actually a tool brand. I'm a mechanic by trade, so it's a tool brand. Gear Range makes some pretty awesome products, so there's a free plug for them. But yeah, it's just a temporary thing I found on Trading Paints, and then hopefully I'll have something made up in the next couple of weeks.
Nice, mate. Well, we are looking forward to seeing you come back next week and taking on... Where are we next week?
I think we're at the dirt track at Charlotte.
We are at the track, Charlotte.
We are at the dirt track at Charlotte.
Yeah,
yep.
That's what you meant about my favourite type of driving, didn't you, Scotty? Yeah, that's what I missed that bit. All right, Glenn. Well done tonight, mate, on P3. Great finish. It is... Go and shout out whatever sponsors you have. If not, shout yourself out and any family members.
Thanks, guys. Just a quick shout out. I need to thank Mr. Brett Hobbs over at Hobbs Trenching and Boring, Clayton Davies at CD Cinematography, and Blaine Densley at 27 Designs.
I thought some of those boys were supposed to be coming back to race in the trucks.
Yeah, they were. Blaino's been on holidays and he's just got back and he's been smashed with work. Clayton is running the World of Outlaws Dirt Series, so the Pro Series on a Tuesday afternoon out time. So he's been pretty flat out with that, trying to concentrate on that. And Hobbsy he's been smashed with work lately as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did see him sign up, and I thought, oh, great, some of the Dirt boys are coming back. I know they had a blast last season.
Yeah, I'll try and convince him. I've done it before. I'm sure I can do it again.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Well, again, congratulations tonight, mate. We look forward to seeing you next week for some
Thanks, guys.
dirt
Thank you.
action. All right, we are going to move on to second place, which is Matty Keen. I wonder if he's keen to have a chat to us. Ba-dum-dum-ch. Matty, Mr. Keen.
Hello, Mr. ShiBBy. How are you?
Good, mate. How you doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm all right.
All right, for a second place in the second round. That's 2 podiums in 2 weeks. Sorry.
Yeah, but a little bit disappointed. I thought I timed it right. Matty drove a ripper race. He absolutely killed it tonight. But disappointed to see a teammate tow the leader for the last 15 laps.
Oh, of course he did.
And it just as soon as the toe broke, I was starting to bring in 2 3/10 again, and I'm like, oh, this has cost me. It's cost me. But that's the breaks when you play the strat game, and we have these ripper green flag races, man. Having fun with these no caution races.
Yeah, it was a great green flag race. One small caution at the start. I'm surprised the yellow flag didn't get thrown for Scotty's beautiful pit exit. Did you see that, Matty?
How that worked?
I have never ever laughed so goddamn hard going into a corner in my life. That is the funniest thing I've seen in racing this year.
Get out.
all I heard was, oh no, and then I quickly switched to Scotty, and there he was doing 360s out of the pit lane.
I was practicing my post-race burnouts apparently 20 laps early.
We had plenty of explanatories coming round through turn 1 and 2, and it was all piss money. Thanks for the P2. Thanks, Scotty. Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, get out.
He did say that too when he spun. He's like, "Well, there goes the race win. That's me over." It was looking like, I think if we had a couple more laps, maybe 2-3 laps, the finish was going to be a little bit more exciting. But
we only needed one more lap. We only need one more lap because Glenn had just gotten into your draft on that last lap, and I gotten into his draft. On that as well.
No. The last 4 laps I backed off because I wasn't going to catch Scholesy. There's no point in trying to push and burn the tyres just in case you guys did catch. But it would have been interesting. I wanted to get a little bit of revenge on Scholesy for last season beating me by less than 100th. So, but that win is still eluding at the moment. I'm always a bridesmaid, never the bride.
I will say, Matty, I think tonight and you were earlier on, I think you learned a lot. I think you already know what I'm probably going to say to you. How did you find the tyre wear in the opening stint, and how did you adjust to what were the driving technique changes that you made?
Tyre wear, actually, first stint, I clutched most of it, and I only had 10%. So I only had 10% on the front left and 8 on the front, on the rear right. So I was, my tyres were fine, man. The last stint, obviously, I had to push a lot harder with Matty was loving having the draft, and I had to push obviously to keep the same pace with him. As soon as he dropped it, I could feel the front right was starting to go, but obviously wind it back, secure the P2, and I'll go and get him next week.
Get him next week on dirt ovals, hey?
Okay, I'll get him in a fortnight.
How you feeling about hitting the dirt next week, mate?
I think I'm going to use my COVID as an excuse to accidentally crash out.
Accidentally throw a drop round in there?
The end of the pit wall looks pretty good.
Is that the easiest way out of it, is it? Just turn up, hit the wall.
If you run out of fast repairs, what can you do, you know?
Do you want me to crank them up for next week? I can crank them up for next week. Just to prolong your suffering.
Yeah, give it 400% power, and we'll have some fun.
400% power?
Yeah.
It would definitely be interesting.
See if anybody can actually do a lap.
Yeah, probably.
There'll be plenty of circles done.
You just use 10% throttle.
Mate, we do circles every week. There's only one week we don't do circles.
We got only one road track this season.
Yeah, well, it's always only been one road track, ShiBBy.
I thought we had 2 for some reason last season. That is my bad. Anyway, Matty, well done on podium finish 2 weeks in a row, mate. It is your turn to shout out all the people that keep you racing.
Thanks, ShiBBy. I'd like to shout out to the SLM guys. Like I said, I have had a little bit of trouble with the motivation getting back in the sim, but they're really pulling it together and getting me back in, really enjoying it. And SLM has finally got a sponsor, W Energy Drinks. So if you're keen on getting some energy, fruity flavoured energy, go to their website, w.com.au. I think it's .au. I forget now. And use a code SLM and get some get a nice 10% discount.
So it's W Energy Drink.
W. D-U-B-B-Y.
Oh, D-U-B-B-Y.
Yep.
Interesting. Is that an Australian brand energy drink? Do you know anything about them?
No comment.
No comment.
I haven't written the script yet. Give me a break.
It's w.gg, guys, if you want to go check out Matty's sponsor for SLM. And
ShiBBy, you beautiful man.
Yeah, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome. And yeah, well done again, mate. And we look forward to seeing you back here for round 3 of the trucks as we hit Charlotte Dirt. So you better get some practice in.
Thanks again, boys. I'll see you there.
Catch you, mate.
Catch you, mate.
All right, last but not least, all the way from the boat ramp in the boat shed tonight, it is Matty Scholes.
Hey, how you going?
Good, mate. What a drive tonight.
Yeah, it was good fun.
It looked
Actually,
like good fun.
It was good to see Rankin spinning as he came out of the pits there in front of me for that last stop.
Yeah. Yes, everybody so far has enjoyed that part, and I'm sure when you rewatch the broadcast, you'll enjoy watching the replay that I put up of it as well.
Oh, perfect. I did enjoy the first hand as I went around. I give Hayden a quick shout out and said, "Oh, Rankin's around." All on his own.
You make one mistake, mate, and you never hear the end of it. One mistake. The same way you make one Ratlegun sound on stream and the name sticks, doesn't it? Yeah.
Nah, it was good fun. It was actually a good battle. I had no idea what was going to happen at the end there. I was actually shocked to see that I had a few seconds on Matty Keane as well once he came out.
Honestly, mate, another lap or two, and that finish was going to be completely different.
Yeah, I've got to actually thank his teammate. Proctor gave me a tow there for about the last 12 laps. He just sort of sat that half a second in front of me. It was good. Allowed me to take the high line, look after the tyres, and draft up the straights.
Matty Keane did actually mention that during his post-race interview just before, that his teammate was dragging the leader around for the last quarter of the race.
He 100% was. I had no intention of going past. It was just saving tyres.
Oh, mate, how do you feel that... did you think it was your strategy that played out tonight, or other people's less of a strategy?
Yeah, I got no idea with strategies, but if I'm honest, like, we just work out what lap is a critical lap that we need one last stop to take fuel, and that's it. That's all we need to know.
Nice and easy.
The rest of it, we're just wing it as we go.
Just wing it, yeah. Just throw the boat in the water and pull the trigger.
That's it. It's just out to sea. Let's go find some fish.
Well, nice to see one of the right boys on the podium already this season, and congratulations to the team in the 24 Daytona.
Yeah, the boys went well. I think it had something to do with myself and Nash not being in there.
Not driving? Yeah, I think that's what it definitely came down to. All right, mate. Well, congratulations on P1 tonight. Are you looking forward to hitting up Charlotte Dirt next week?
Yeah, it'll be fun. I certainly won't be near the lead on the dirt, but I do enjoy the nights.
Who you got your money pinned on next week to take out the dirt?
Oh, I don't know. Who's normally up there? Hayden will probably, if Hayden can keep it clean and get his pit strategy right, he's normally pretty quick at anything. He's got good car control on whatever he's driving.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the way he shows off at the end of each race, how he can hold that truck sideways for so long, I'd like to see a good display from Hayden next week.
Yeah, he'll be there or thereabouts. So, yeah, other than that, I don't really know. I don't really pay attention. I worry about myself. On dirt, I have enough troubles keeping things straight. So.
Well, mate, again, congratulations, and a huge shout out to the whole Riot team, mate. Who are your sponsors?
Yeah, quick shout out to Bliss Homes, Capital Custom Works, Mark Hughes Foundation, and our only ramp sponsor, our new addition.
Your only ramp sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh. Is there a website that we can go and check that out?
Yeah, I think it's a private website through David Nash. So.
What about the car wash?
Yeah, he's a busy man. He's a busy man with the car wash down at the boat ramp.
Yeah, that's what we thought. All right, mate.
And his number one employee, Jacob Hughes. So.
Well, mate, we had a lot of guys supporting the right team, and I want to say a huge shout out to everybody who joined us this evening for round 2. I know you guys missed out on round 1, but we will be back next week live from Charlotte Dirt, and it is going to be an absolute banger. So, same time, same place, same bat channel. We will be here. I just had to get that one last cough out of the way while I keep dying. Only ramp merch available on Instagram, Mr. Nash says. Well, I'll give the Instagram a shout out, Nashy. Jeez, how am I supposed to get my merch? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does wrap up our broadcast tonight of 2023 Season 1, Round 2 of our NASTRUCKS. We hope you have enjoyed the broadcast this evening. And as always, I have been Nathan ShiBBy Howard. And by my side tonight, while he's racing, has been Scotty Ratlegun Rankin.
We'll change that. It's been Scotty's circle work Rankin this evening.
Yeah. Yep. Scotty spins it on pit exit Rankin.
Yep. Nailed it.
Wow, we got a lot of guys coming through in the chat at the moment. Guys, you've had all race. Now we're ending the stream. It is the broadcast is ending.
You missed me looping it, boys. You missed me looping it.
Try again next time. Anyway, guys, that is going to wind it up tonight. I hope you all have a good evening, and we will see you tomorrow night for the V8 Supercars Amateur Division. As we take to another track, and I can't even remember. Scotty, where are we tomorrow? I can't remember.
I have no idea. I haven't even looked. Knockhill? Knockhill? I think we're Knockhill.
I think it is Knockhill. Yeah, we'll be taking on Knockhill in a sprint format tomorrow. So 7:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. The V8 Supercars Amateur Series will be coming live to your screens on both Facebook and YouTube, so please keep an eye out for us. If you have enjoyed the broadcast tonight, hit that like button, tell all your friends about us, and we will see you next time.